Are there noise-canceling earbuds that you're considering buying?
It's been quite the year with so many good ones released.
This is our take of the 15 best true wireless earbuds with each its own pros and cons.
At the end, we'll give you our picks.
So settle in, get the nachos, and let's go, starting with number 15 on the list.
Namaste, we are DHRME. Don't hesitate reviewing more earbuds. So we won't.
2023 saw the release of Sony's flagship, the WF-1000XM5. But that didn't quite make our list. What did is the much older Sony LinkBuds S. It's incredibly well priced, making them a value for money choice. The links in the description will point you to the latest prices. In terms of looks, these buds are very understated, and we like that. Some other things we like about it are that they can pull off decent noise cancellation, making them great in noisy environments. We put them in tier A of our ANC rankings, but also for the transparency mode. It may not be a naked ears experience, but it gets very close and does better than the previous flagship, the Sony WF-1000XM4. And 2, with their silicone ear tips, the LinkBuds S offer a comfortable fit for long periods of use.
3. We love how Sony has made efforts to be environmentally conscious with its newer earbud models using recycled materials and eco-friendly packaging. Once you've taken the buds and accessories out of the packaging, you're basically left with recycled paper. 4. These buds were released without multipoint, but after launch, Sony updated the buds to support multipoint, and they include the ability to reconnect directly from a previously paired device without having to go into pairing mode first. The fuckman feels satisfied. And 5. The LinkBuds S was a turning point for Sony. Up until these buds, Sony's buds were terrible at phone calls, but they finally listened to the feedback and done something about it. The excellent microphones now outperform many of the other older Sony models, which makes them a great choice for your fuckman needs. Don't believe us? Well, here you go.
Icicle, ice, icicle, test, testing, 1, 2, 3.
If we had to critique the LinkBuds S, then we would point out that the touch controls offer limited customization. You only have a touch surface on either bud. No swiping or stroking. There's only so many finger gymnastics one can remember with taps, and you can only choose between 2 out of these 3. Ambient sound, playback, and volume control.
And while the LinkBuds S sound good for casual users, others may find them lacking in terms of treble performance. The LinkBuds S have a decent but not spectacular battery life. Advertised at 6 hours with ANC on, we got 5.5 hours with ANC on and LDAC. And speaking of ANC transparency, these have a pretty loud hiss or white noise when in those modes, making them not very pleasant for long in quiet places.
We've also had some weird connectivity issues now and again, with buds sometimes losing connection. And we're not the only ones with connectivity issues, at least if Reddit is to be believed. And that's the reason these are the lowest on the list, as opposed to the next one, which is
expensive. The Bang & Olufsen X might ooze money out of your wallet, but it also oozes premium in the materials of the buds. Metal and glass give it an elegant and high-end look. The reasonably flat charging case is also pocketable. B&O claims that their buds can last 6 hours with ANC on, but they lied to us because we got more than 7 hours, and that's with ANC and aptX adaptive turned on. And the X boasts an impressive IP57 dust and water resistance rating, making it one of the few on this list with such a strong rating. It's more than just pretty looks, it can take a beating against the elements.
The touch controls on the Bang & Olufsen X, located under the glass circle, are well designed and prevent accidental taps. The X also allows for easy multi-point connection and offers the convenience of pulling connections from previously paired devices. I guess that's why it's called the X. Don't think your spouse would appreciate you connecting to multiple devices, if you know what I mean. You get kicked in the popsicles, icicles, and test.
Popsicle, icicle, testing, 1, 2, 3.
What's less banging about the X? While the Bang & Olufsen X offers ANC and transparency modes, they are not as effective as other buds, ranking in tier C for those modes. Oh, and they're horrible in the wind. So don't expect to have a great experience if you're walking or cycling outside with these in. It's also one of the most expensive wireless earbuds on this list at an eye-watering $399, as opposed to
Sennheiser's Momentum True Wireless 3. These buds have undergone 3 significant updates in the past year. First of all, it strikes a great balance in terms of pricing, positioning itself nicely in the middle range of options. With the Sennheiser branding, you can expect impeccable sound quality characterized by clarity, impressive timbre, and a delightful delightful listening experience, especially for acoustic instruments and voices. These earbuds support various codecs, including aptX Adaptive and aptX for Android users and AAC for Apple users.
Sennheiser has made notable improvements in 3 key areas: multi-point support, a 5-band EQ, and an enhanced hearing test that now considers volume levels. The sound quality combined with these upgrades places the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 3 in the top tier for this product category. The earbuds offer impressive battery life, often exceeding the stated 7 hours with ANC on, and the charging case provides an additional 3 charges.
The touch controls are responsive and give you clear auditory feedback, including volume adjustments. Both active noise cancellation and transparency modes are ranked very respectfully at tier A. The Sennheiser app includes an anti-wind option and conveniently remembers your setting when the earbuds are removed. Sennheiser's focus on sustainability and the availability of spare parts and replacement buds definitely play a part in the product's longevity.
The microphone quality is decent, effectively reducing background noise while maintaining clarity, especially when speaking loudly. Fachmann controls provide quick access to volume adjustments and ANC modes with the added convenience of automatically answering calls when you insert an earbud. The experience of the popsicles, icicles, and test.
Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Although the Sennheiser app is well designed, there are occasional connectivity issues where it fails to recognize the connected earbuds even when audio is playing. The charging case, while improved from the previous generation, is still bulkier compared to other options. So definitely isn't winning any pocketability awards on this list.
A notable drawback for some users is the fit and comfort of the Momentum 3 earbuds. Despite Sennheiser trying to improve the fit with ear wings and tips, some people may find them less secure and less comfortable for extended use, especially during workouts. So these sound great, right? They perform well at everything. Why aren't these at number 1 on the list rather than being so low?
With most things Bluetooth, there are issues. There is, for example, a popular complaint about one bud dying. And while we were firing these buds up to test them again for this video, the exact same thing happened to us. The right bud doesn't work and there's no way to factory reset that bud since it never turns on. This is uber disappointing and we're sure Sennheiser will honor the warranty if we send it, because here's the kicker. This isn't the first time this has happened to us with Sennheiser buds. And to top it off, these ain't exactly budget, unlike
this sub $150 Liberty 4 by Soundcore, featuring pressure sensitive stems for all that pinching and squeezing a la the first gen AirPods Pro. The case of the Liberty 4 features an eye-catching light show when placing the earbuds inside, and the sliding door on the case is clutch to open it one-handed. The buds now come with 4 tip sizes. Soundcore says you'll get 7 hours of battery life with ANC on. We got just under 6, and that's still pretty decent. And there's also wireless charging.
You can connect the Liberty 4 to 2 devices simultaneously, but the strangest feature on these has got to be heart rate monitoring. Yeah, that's as weird as your Ring monitoring your sleep. Oh, wait. The Liberty 4's heart rate sensor is surprisingly accurate, so that's there if you need it. These earbuds support LDAC, offer full EQ capabilities, and provide presets. The addition of spatial audio, similar to Apple's spatial audio. The Liberty 4 delivers a V-shaped sound signature with a big bass and treble. Instrument separation is good, and the earbuds come with various EQ options to adjust the sound to your liking. Curiously, the Liberty 4 did not have a certified IP rating at launch, but they do now at IPX4. And how do you like them on phone calls?
Pop, pop, popsicle. I like icicle.
I complained that the medium-sized tips provided with the Liberty 4 were uncomfortable and penetrated too deeply in my ears, but Kevin had no such problem. The ANC and transparency at tier B are quite middle of the road. They get the job done in most cases but won't blow you away. And the Liberty 4 offers basic call controls such as answering and hanging up calls, but lacks more advanced controls like volume adjustment and muting directly from the earbuds. And the buds look a bit too plain, unlike the
Nothing Ear 2. These sport that translucent look that is rather quite stylish. So if you're all about making a statement in the world of white and black earbuds, then these are going to get that job done. If you have a phone that supports the LHDC codec, the earbuds deliver excellent sound quality. The bass is solid, the tuning is DMS-tic, and the mids provide a realistic timbre. especially for songs with vocals. The company also seems to be really behind its product, and we've received numerous updates to this after release, including an advanced parametric EQ.
The Ear 2 offers decent ANC and transparency performance, Tier B for ANC and Tier A for transparency. The buds can effectively reduce engine noises and air conditioner hums. They're also pretty good for phone calls with decent microphone quality. We also like that you can switch between ANC and transparency modes during calls and change volume during calls. But here goes nothing on phone calls.
Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
There were a few things where we felt nothing for these buds. The way you use the buds is with a squeeze on the stems, which is fine, and that's how the AirPods Pros work. But the squeeze gesture for volume is annoying and takes some getting used to. You have to double pinch and hold on that second pinch, and there's no way to change this.
Another issue is that the buds can't handle the wind particularly well, and there's also no wind noise reduction mode. And if you want to get the best sound quality, the Nothing Ear 2 relies on the LHD-C codec, which is not available on all devices. Their own Nothing phone does support it. Coincidence? If you need buds that last a long time, then these might not be it. Nothing promises 6 hours on the buds with ANC on, and we got 4 hours in our testing. The JBL Live Pro 2. This was the first year we reviewed JBL products, and out of the 4 we reviewed on this channel, the one we would recommend the most would be the JBL Live Pro 2. Again, a comfortable fit allowing for extended wear of up to 4 hours. They boast a splash-friendly IPX5 rating, and that battery life, we found it right on par with the advertised numbers. 8 hours from the buds, plus an additional 22 from the case with ANC on. The well-laid-out JBL Headphones app enhances the user experience, offering a suite of noise cancelling and sound customization options, all in one scrolling list. Tuned by JBL, you can be sure that they sound crisp and clear. Bass is thumping due to the 11mm drivers, and the adaptive ANC worked really well, whereas the ANC itself came in at Tier A and was especially good for low-end rumble. Their multi-point connectivity is reliable, and you can charge the case wirelessly. And what about the
Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Despite their strengths, the JBL Live Pro 2 earbuds are not without their flaws. We especially found the control scheme very restrictive, as it forces a choice between ANC, playback, and volume adjustments. The ANC, while excellent for low frequencies, falls short at higher frequencies, and the transparency mode is ordinary at Tier B. Additionally, it can introduce a fair bit of unwanted white noise. And the sound, while generally good, required EQ adjustments to mitigate a harsh treble response. And like JBL tends to do, the codec selection is limited to SBC and AAC, which may not satisfy all audiophiles. And speaking of audiophiles,
this next one's meant for them and is 5 times the price of the JBL we just talked about. But the HiFiMan Swanar Wireless is all about the sound. Coming from an audiophile brand, it comes with LDAC support and wonderful clean sound. The sound is characterized by a bright sound signature and a pronounced mid-bass bump. We've done an in-depth review, and this is not that video, but suffice to say that these sound pretty great, and it sounds a bit better when the ANC is on. And speaking about that ANC, the performance of the HiFiMan Swanar is impressive, coming in at Tier A. It competes with other top tier earbuds like the Sony WF-1000XM4 and the Status Audio Between 3. The transparency mode, while not a full replacement for taking the buds out of your ears, is good enough for a short conversation. We ranked it at Tier B. The earbuds provide a secure and comfortable fit. They also come with a slightly above average IPX5 water resistance rating. How would we rate it for phone calls? Well, here, have a listen for yourself.
Pop, pop, popsicle. Ice, ice, icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
HiFiMan promises 6 hours of battery life on the Swanar, but we only got 4.5 hours of battery life with ANC enabled, which is bordering on acceptable. You will start to notice this with battery wear and tear.
The touch controls on the Swanar be sensitive, which means you'll be changing tracks and hanging up on calls, whereas you are just trying to innocently adjust the buds in your ear. Okay, while it may not be a deal breaker, it can be very annoying. And surprisingly for this list, these buds are the only ones that do not have an app. So no way to change those annoying controls or even to EQ it further. Oh, and did we mention the price? $500 or 550 euros. Yikes!
The Swanar wireless earbuds are also bulky and have a less subtle design with a shiny metal and angular shape. If you had big plans of flying under the radar, then these buds aren't it. That origami shaped case is not exactly pocket friendly, unlike the next buds on this list.
The Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. These really excel in terms of comfort along with a compact design that makes them very versatile in many situations. Their IPX7 rating also ensures some serious resistance to water, and Samsung continues its tradition of delivering excellent sound quality. The sound is balanced with good representation of higher frequencies, rich bass and instrument separation. The EQ presets are an added bonus.
The ANC performance of the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro is better than previous Samsung models, effectively reducing background noise across frequencies. The transparency mode is also top tier, offering clear ambient sound with minimal white noise. We rank both the ANC and transparency at tier A.
Fast charging and wireless charging options are available, and you can use one bud for calls or music while the other is charging in the case, and you can do that with all buds on this list. If you plan on using them for phone calls, then you'll be glad to know that in quiet environments, the voice is clear and natural sounding. They also perform decently in noisy conditions. Here, have a taste. Ice, icicle, test. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go to the dark side of this Galaxy. If you're an iPhone user, beware. That was just a general warning. Okay, just kidding. The Galaxy Wearable app, which is the companion app for these buds, is not available on iOS, only on Android.
And that compact size comes with compromises, the greatest of which is the battery life. Samsung advertises battery life of 5 hours with ANC and 8 hours without it, but we ended up getting closer to 4 hours using the standard Bluetooth codec.
There's this voice detect feature, but we think it could have been better if it paused the audio and let in ambient sounds instead of just lowering the volume. Our FOMO is real, guys. We also feel Samsung's implementation of multi-point connectivity is a bit, what's the word? Assholey? You need to use your Samsung account in order to switch between devices, else it won't work. Come on, Samsung. You are supposed to be better than
Apple. Yep, we're here. The Apple AirPods Pro 2 is no joke when it comes to noise cancellation. It very effectively blocks out ambient sounds from a wide range of frequencies. In our testing, we've put them at the highest level, tier S. And that's not all that's tier S, guys. This AirPods Pro 2's transparency is also tier S. Time for a water break, brought to you by our own merch, the DHRME water bottle. I'm not sure if it's biased, but I think water tastes better in our merch. This AirPod Pro 2's transparency is also tier S, pretty much the gold standard as far as we're concerned. We always forget that we have the buds in our ears when they're in transparency mode because 1, that's how good they are at letting in ambient sounds. 2, there's absolutely no hiss in this mode, something every other earbud struggles with. And 3, the oval-shaped tips and overall lightweight design are super comfortable. Even with the charging case, the entire package is still very compact while still supporting wireless charging. And you can now even buy them with a brand spanking new USB Type-C. And the buds can also take a bit of a spanking against water only. They're IPX4 rated, so keep them away from beaches and places where the vacuum don't shine.
You know, we hear a lot of folks complaining about wireless earbuds dying or just not working, but almost never about the Apple AirPods Pro, probably the most popular buds in the world. Reliability is a huge plus. These are very good sounding wireless earbuds, more than enough to enjoy your music on the go. And for on the go, the battery life on the buds is respectable, between 4.5 to 6 hours on a single charge. And of course, they just work with Apple devices. You're gonna have special abilities if you use them with an iPhone or MacBook, for example. Abilities like automatic pairing, spatial audio, and customization. For Apple users, the convenience and ecosystem compatibility are significant advantages, and we quickly find ourselves recommending these to folks already invested in the Apple ecosystem. And does the money justify the call quality you'll get on these?
Popsicle.
Icicle.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Popsicle. Icicle. Testing. 1, 2, 3. And that ecosystem ain't cheap, and you'll quickly see that in the pricing of these buds, $250. You can, however, snag them for under $200 when there are offers going on, so make sure to check out the latest prices using the links in the description. So many buds from smaller brands to bigger ones are offering an EQ in the app. Apple likes to tell you how your buds should sound, so not much in the way of EQ options here. Also, these buds come with Apple lossless. Yes, correction. Only the USB version supports lossless, and addition, only with the Apple Vision Pro. Hey, at that price, just buy some awesome floor-standing speakers.
Like we mentioned in the Pros section, the AirPods Pros are one of the most comfortable buds we've ever tried. And although Apple has included an extra fourth size for the silicone tips, the fit can vary from person to person. Some users still struggle to achieve a secure and snug fit, affecting ANC performance and how well they stay in your ears. And of course, that tight ecosystem integration means you can't even do basic things like multi-point. Unlike the
EarFun Air Pro 3. Although some of you may not have heard of this brand with a rather comical name, EarFun provides amazing value for the price with good build quality. For example, the lid is easy to open, the buds are super comfortable, there's a soft rubber finish on the inside of the lid, and the touch controls on the buds are easy to understand and can be customized in the app. You can assign different functions to single taps, double taps, triple taps, and long presses, so you can get a complete set of options if you like. Or you can just turn off all the touch controls if you don't need all that touching in your life. We particularly like the fact that you can control volume from the buds too, along with audio controls, voice assistant, and switching ANC modes.
The earbuds are comfortable for extended periods of use, and they come with multiple silicone tip sizes for a better fit. They're also IPX5 rated for resistance to sweat and light moisture. EarFun advertises 7 hours of battery life with ANC on and a total of 45 hours with the case. In our testing, we got closer to 5 hours on the buds. Not as advertised, but still on par for the size. And fast charging via USB Type-C and wireless charging support are also included. The EarFun Air Pro 3 provides good ANC performance, effectively reducing both low-end sounds and voices. The transparency mode is also very functional and comparable to more expensive options. We rank both the ANC and transparency in Tier A. Are they any good for phone calls? Yes, they are. Quite suitable for various conditions and offer decent performance and call quality. But never take our word for it. Here are the popsicles, icicles, and tests.
Pop, pop, popsicle, pop, pop, popsicle.
Let's go to the ear not so fun part. While the sound quality is good for the price range, we would describe it as having a very pronounced V-shaped sound signature with a strong focus in sub bass and low end. The bass may lack some definition and the treble can be excessively sparkly, which might require some adjustment in the equalizer. Also, when these were released, they didn't sound that great, but EarFun updated the sound over time, which helped it sound better. One of those things that EarFun always does.
Lastly, the name isn't as colorful as the product. The Air Pro 3 doesn't really have an inspiring design. When you think of stem style buds, this is probably what you think of. And the quality of support and after sales service may vary depending on your region, which could be a concern for some people. And lastly, these don't have every bell and whistle. They lack a smart pause feature, for example. Unlike the
Huawei FreeBuds Pro 3. These buds really surprised us. Released at the tail end of 2023, it excels in active noise cancellation with effective low frequency cancellation. It boasts a comfortable fit with various tip sizes, IP54 dust and water resistance, and convenient squeeze and slide controls that can basically do anything you want without the false taps. For transparency mode and sound quality, it stands out with clear, spacious audio and good instrument separation. But the biggest differentiator for us was the microphone system. The Pure Voice 2.0 technology is like nothing we've ever seen before. Mumbling, shouting, noising, or winding, these buds handle them all. Don't believe us? Well, let's tell you about the
Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, test, testing. 1, 2, 3.
On the downside, the FreeBuds Pro 3 exhibit a persistent hiss in both ANC and transparency modes, which some may find annoying in very quiet conditions. The design, while offering a choice of colors, is shiny, not an aesthetic that appeals to everyone. The touch controls include everything except muting the buds while on a call. Also, you can't really change what the swiping and squeezing gestures do. You can just turn them on or off. The biggest knock could be the battery life. We tested it at 4 hours with ANC and LDAC on. We thought these buds sounded very good, but sometimes missed that mid-bass punch. Moreover, we found that there was an imbalance between the left and right earbud on the bass. And if that problem is widespread, you audiophiles won't be happy. But if you spend a few bucks more, you can move from China to Japan with the
Technics AZ80. We're a big fan of brands that underpromise and overdeliver, and Technics has done that with the battery life on these buds. Advertised at 4.5 hours with ANC and LDAC on, we got almost 6 hours. The AZ80 earbuds and their charging case are well constructed with a premium feel, including an aluminium trim and engraved Technics logo on the lid. The earbuds come with 7 sizes of silicone tips, so it shouldn't be hard to find the right fit. Despite the round shape of the tips, they offer good comfort and a secure fit suitable for light to medium workouts. And these buds, can handle most workouts with their IPX4 certification.
The transparency mode offers remarkable performance, giving you clear ambient noise, making it a strong competitor of the AirPods Pro's transparency mode at tier S. We also like that the Technics app provides you quite a bit of customization if you're into that, like an EQ, touch control customization, ANC and transparency level adjustment, voice prompt customization, smart pause, and more. The real unique selling point of the AZ80 is that it supports multi-point, but not any ordinary multi-point. Multi-point with triple point connectivity, so you can stay connected to 3 devices simultaneously, and you can pull connection from a previously paired phone or computer.
The touch controls are responsive and customizable, giving you everything from play, pause, volume control, track control, ANC control, and even mute during phone calls. Oh, did we say phone calls? The earbuds excel in call quality, especially with the Just My Voice feature, which isolates the user's voice and eliminates background noise effectively. These are the only buds on this list that let you actually choose how your cancellation works on phone calls. Pretty awesome. The feature can make a noticeable difference in call clarity, but here, listen to how they sound for yourself.
Pop, pop, popsicle, ice, ice, icicle, test, testing. 1, 2, 3. This is Technics AZ80 with Just My Voice on, and it's a bit breezy.
While only tier B, the ANC on the Technics AZ80 is effective and will be appreciated by people who haven't used noise cancelling earbuds before. For that hefty price tag of $300, you can get a whole lot more of ANC than these buds. That's for sure. Unfortunately, in the colors department, it's kind of sad. Just 2 colors, black and silver. We personally prefer the black. The silver just looks cheap. Sound quality wise, these buds are very widely loved, and for good reason. We thought they didn't handle electric guitar distortion or overdrive sound well, so that was a knock on an otherwise amazing set of buds. Alright, we're almost there.
Before we go to our picks, there were a bunch of other great earbuds that we would recommend but did not make it onto this list, and that's just because there are so many buds out there now. These are our honorable mentions: the Tozo Golden X1, the One More Evo, the Status Between 3 ANC, the OnePlus Buds Pro 2, and the Moondrop Space Travel. All buds with some great upsides and a few downsides, and all buds we've reviewed on this channel.
And those aren't the only audio products we've tested either. We also have a roundup of the best headphones and the best smartwatches of 2023 on the channel. Because why not?
Guys, today I'm coming out of the closet. I want the world to know I gotta let it show. I like big stems, and I cannot lie. Stems that have a soft oval ending so it's comfortable enough to plug in for long periods of time. The stems also need to be able to accept the right stroking to increase and decrease volume, and the occasional pinch to stop and start so that accidental touches don't send the wrong signals. Size also matters, something that can easily slide in to my pocket. ANC is important, sure, but not very important. You know why? If I'm ever taking an intercontinental flight, I'm going to use headphones, which will always last longer and can also plug in to the in-flight entertainment system. For our roundup of best ANC headphones, click here. All this to say, for the second year in a row, is the drum roll ready? Drum roll. My pick is the Oppo Enco X2. Yes, we know it's an old one. And sometimes old is gold. It doesn't have the greatest battery life, I'll give you that, or ANC or transparency on this list, but you know what? It does all the things that I want and need perfectly. The control scheme, the compactness, comfort, sound quality seal the deal for me. Their hearing test, or Golden Sound, has given me some of the best results on this list, and that's a high compliment. The app is clean, legit, and again, does things just right. It has all the codecs, LHDC, LDAC, AAC, and SBC. Calls were fine. Multipoint, yep. And you know what? The Huawei seems to be a close competitor, but I'll need more time with it to assess reliability. Kevin, show us your pick, man.
Oh man, I hate having to choose from an already curated list of the best buds. Well, if I was deep in the gardens of Apple, I would likely pick the AirPods Pro 2, but I'm not. And like Rohan, I'm usually a sucker for stems, but this year is different because I'm picking the Jabra Elite 10. I really like the pocketable form factor and also how comfortable the buds are with the oval tips. The 50% more battery than advertised at 9 hours is simply excellent. Oh, and the wireless charging in IPX57 is an added bonus. The Tier S noise cancelling is always clutch when I'm traveling. And for my Fakma needs, the call quality is decent. Change volume and mute straight from the buds are included as well. I can also keep it connected to multiple devices and easily pull connections from other devices. So apart from the Tier B transparency performance and the $250 price point, there's very little for me to complain about. Okay, let's stop looking at my pic now.
Guys, we worked hard on this channel and have created more than 100 videos this year at a much higher level than the previous years. We do this part-time and are supported not by the people sending us the review products. Listen to these guys.
What? No. We do not accept money from companies whose products we review.
Why?
Why? Because we want to be independent in the reviews we bring you guys. And so we're reliant on you lovely patrons and YouTube members. Thank you very much.
And do you know there's a new tier, Kevin?
Oh, there is? You want to tell them about it?
We have a new tier, the Fuck Mon tier, and we will shout out your lovely names using our mouths at the end of the video. So if you like that oral stimulation. No.
Please become a member. The full reviews of all the buds we mentioned in this video can be found on the channel. Happy binging.
You've been joining our members.
And we've been DHRME. Dewey.
Oh, you're ridiculous, man. The reasonable flat designed, or you can turn off.